and I am sorry I cannot be with you today, but here are the directions on how to do the subject-verb agreement practice on your worksheet. So let's look at question number 1. It says, all of the members of the volleyball team decides to go to the tournament. So your directions say to circle the verb. So as you can see, I circled decides. I asked myself who or what decides, and I go back here to the beginning, all. Notice of the members and of the volleyball team, those are both prepositional phrases. And that's inserted material, and we have to ignore all of that. It's the pronoun all that becomes our subject. So all decides, do they decides, or do they decide? They decide. So now you need to change decides to decide, and note that it's inserted material. That's the other part of that answer. Okay? That's the first ACT trick. The second trick is about inverted sentence order. This sentence says, inside the container full of water swims many fish that are very tiny. This is inverted sentence order. We still find the verb first. Okay, this is not good. Hello there. Hi, I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but today you're going to practice subject-verb agreement. Remember, this is our grammar rule that we've been working on this semester. The first sentence on the page of your worksheet says, all of the members of the volleyball team decides to go to the tournament. Notice your directions say to circle the verb. The first thing I did here is I circled the word decides. That's the action in the sentence. Sometimes the verbs can be am, is, are, was, were, those linking verbs as well. But in this sentence, we have this action of decides. Then you need to find the subject. Ask yourself who or what decides. Well, that would be all. If we picked the members, members is the object of a preposition here, of the members and of the volleyball team. Both of those you can't count. That's called inserted material. So it's all decides. Then we ask ourselves, is all they, do we say they decides or they decide? And you are correct, we say they decide. So therefore on your paper, you needed to cross out the S on decides and add, and actually I added the rule for you that this is inserted material. Notice the subject is underlined, the verb is circled, and I've changed it to the right way. Inserted material is our first ACT trick. Our second sentence says, inside the container full of water swims many fish that are very tiny. This is the rule of inverted sentence. Now I'm giving you the rules here. You're going to have to come up with that as you do the worksheet. So the first question is, what is our verb? What's our action? Our action is swims. We ask ourselves who or what swim. Is it the container? No, it's not the container that's swimming. It's the fish that are swimming. So do fish swims or fish swim? We have many fish, so therefore it's plural. So they swim. Therefore, when we change it, we get rid of the S. I'm not sure why the circle didn't stay up there with the word swim, but it didn't. Know that swim is our verb. We've changed it, and therefore we've corrected this inverted sentence ACT trick. Question 3 says, either the whole class or one of the members is rewarded for good behavior. This is the either or trick. We go with the one that is the closest to the verb. So either the whole class or one. Notice we have of the members again. Of the members you get rid of. It's an object, the preposition, so we have one. One is singular. Do we say one is or one are? We say one is. Therefore, this sentence is correct as it is written. This has correct subject-verb agreement. 4 says, Sally, Monique, and Joanne, who are all on the softball team, wants to practice at the batting cages. The verb is wants. It shouldn't be team. So that circle should be on wants. And then who wants? Sally, Monique, and Joanne. They are the plural subject. They all go together. Anytime you have a compound subject, it will always be plural. So do we say they want or they wants? We say they want, and therefore you have to get rid of the S and make it want. Again, this circle should be on want. This is compound subject, and notice there is inserted material here. But compound subject was what I was going for. And finally, our last rule is the one body thing rule. Anytime you use one body thing, even with the word every on front of it, it's always singular. It doesn't sound singular. I know that kind of goes against what you're thinking, but it is singular. So here we say everything going to Goodwill stores gets placed over in that corner. Gets is our verb. That's the action. What gets? Everything gets. Going to Goodwill store just describes everything. It's not the stores that are getting. It's everything that's getting. So everything gets or everything get. He or she gets or he or she get. You're right. He or she gets. It's correct as it is. Therefore, this is that one body thing rule where this is singular and we use he, not they, to figure out subject-verb agreement. Those are the 5 tricks. I've kind of gone over what I'm looking for you to do on your sheet. You are to circle the verb, underline the subject, label it with the rule. Do this with your partner, and maybe at the end of class you'll go over the answers. If not, these sheets will get turned in and we'll go over them in class next week. Hope you're having a great day. We'll see you when I get back.